This is a walkthrough of Accelerator by CRM Together. It's the integration component between Sage CRM and Outlook that enables the recording of emails and a whole raft of other functionality. Now, once the plugin has been installed, it manifests itself as an icon in the ribbon, and you can see I can click on Accelerator and it exposes a pane on the right hand side of the screen. When I click on an email in the inbox, it searches for the corresponding record in Sage CRM with the same email address. And I can actually see quite a lot of information within this window from Sage CRM about that person, company details, address, and a series of other fields. It also gives me a sense of what's going on with that person from CRM. So, for example, the number of active cases, opportunities, communications made recently, and such like. I can actually drill down into the detail behind this. So, in the Cases tab, I see a summary of open cases. I can see open opportunities and past communications. I can interact with CRM from within the Accelerator window. If I click on a communication, it takes me into that communication in CRM. What I can also do is drill down into individual record details. So if I look at an opportunity, you can see a brief summary of the information relating to that opportunity. If I click this icon, I can drill into further information about the opportunity. So I can see things like to whom it's assigned, the source, the stage status, the probability, when I expect to close it, etc. But I can see even more information about the opportunity by going to CRM directly. So if I click on the summary icon, it takes me directly into that opportunity, providing I'm logged into Sage CRM. So the interaction between Accelerator in Sage CRM is pretty rich. I can also proceed to save a copy of an email into CRM. So by clicking on Save Email, you'll notice it finds Georgia's email address and associates it with her person and the associated company account in CRM. But actually, it might be the case that the email is related to an opportunity that I'm tracking in CRM. So if I go into the opportunity in Accelerator and save the email from there, it not only associates the communication that it records with Georgia and the company, but also the opportunity as well. It's not just opportunities. I can also do the same thing with support cases. Let's click on the summary tab again to go back into that opportunity. And if we click on the communications tab, if I make sure I've got the filters set correctly, you'll see here's the email that I've just recorded against the opportunity. And because that opportunity is associated with a person, it's also visible in the communications tab of the person record. And of course, also the company record. If I look in the communications tab there, I'll see it there as well. Again, just change the filters to see all completed communications, and there's the email against the company. Quite often, upon receipt of an email, I want to actually call the sender of the email to discuss its contents, and of course that would need to be logged in CRM as a communication. So if I click on Log Call, it creates a communication of type phone out with a status of completed, and I can just tap in a few words in the subject line, and I can include a more verbose description of what occurred during the call in the details panel. Of course, if I just go via the summary button directly back to the opportunity and look in the communications tab, I can see the phone out record that I've just created from within Outlook. So I can manage this data without having to leave Outlook at all. Having received the email and had the phone call, it might be that there needs to be a follow-up call, and I can click on New Task and schedule a follow-up call in CRM from Accelerator. I'm just going to set the date for the task and the time using this simple dialog. So let's say 10 a.m. on the 6th of February. And then I can put in a note in the subject line. It's going to be a to-do this, by the way, and of course it will be pending because I've not yet done it. So I'll just type in the subject line, what the call is about. And again, I can include more details in the panel below if needs be. And the communication is created. Of course, in this example, it's a pending to do sitting in the communication tab of the opportunity person and company. I can create appointments as well. This is slightly different. If I click on New Appointment, it actually generates an Outlook appointment record and invites me to change the date, time, and I can put in the location. You can see it includes some code within the details panel of the appointment, and that's to do with the management of the relationship between the Outlook appointment and Sage CRM via Accelerator. But you can move that down and put in your notes associated with the appointment just above that. So if I click to save, that's gone into my Outlook calendar, of course, but it's also been created as a communication of type meeting, an appointment communication back in CRM against the opportunity person and company. And you can see there are the details that I'd captured in Outlook. So, as well as the creation of communications, I can also create full system records such as companies, persons, leads, cases, and in this example, an opportunity. And you can see where I've proceeded to create an opportunity. It's copied the subject line into the description field and the email body into details. And I can just proceed to capture whatever other information I'd want to record, typically when I'm creating a new opportunity record in CRM. So standard fields here. Stage and status are already populated, of course, and the email will join the workflow when it's committed to Sage CRM as well. Of course, if there are multiple workflows, you can choose the one that you're using, but otherwise it'll assume the default workflow. So there's my new opportunity created. If I click the summary button, it will take me through to CRM and I can see that in all its glory. I might not necessarily include all the text from the email in that details panel, but of course you can edit that as you're creating the opportunity. There will be occasions, of course, when you click on an email in the inbox like this and the Accelerator pane is not able to find the person record because that person doesn't exist within the CRM system. You can actually create a new CRM record for a person within Accelerator. So I'm just here searching for a CRM company that I want to create the person against. And once I've located them, I'm just going to click New Person, and it will grab the name, first name and surname, and the email address of the person record or the email that I'm looking at in my inbox. And I can just copy in or type in other elements of information that I want to record against that person when the record is created. So it could be phone numbers, whatever fields that you've got set up as key fields of information that you want to record when you're capturing a new person. It will automatically assume the address will be the same as that of the parent company, but of course I can overtype it if I need to. I could put in additional email addresses such as a personal email address, but of course it's already automatically gathered the primary email address from the email. And then I just click Save, and the person record is created in CRM. And you can see if I click off that email and then back onto it, this time because it now exists in CRM, it will automatically find the corresponding CRM record. I can then proceed to save emails against that CRM record. And of course you can see those in the Communications tab here in the Accelerator panel, as well as in CRM. Now, other things that I can do within Accelerator is I can search any entity of CRM, company, person, lead, etc. I can go to a home screen where there is a simple dashboard presentation. So here's an example of where I can look at my opportunities broken down by stage. These are opportunities assigned to me as a user, and I can drill into the detail behind that graph to see what each one of these opportunities is about. I can also set up the system to allow me to record communications for outbound emails. So when I send an email to a prospect or a client, that can be automatically recorded in CRM. So once I've enabled that, you can see that if I send an email just in the normal way, email address is populated. I'll just put some test data in the subject line and a few characters in the details panel. And when I send the email, what happens is the Accelerator panel launches this dialog inviting me to make a determination in terms of how that's treated. I can click Send Only, this orange button here, and it's not recorded in Communications, or click Save, in which case it sends the email and creates a communication and commits that to the system, as you can see here. So the Accelerator component has suddenly become very important when Sage withdrew the Outlook Lite email filing component that we used to use. But actually, with this rich functionality set, it's a massive leap forward, and we're seeing a lot of interest in the product. It does carry a premium price, but there is also an Accelerator Lite product if you just want simple email filing capabilities without the extended functionality that I demonstrated. I hope that's of interest, but if you'd like more information and pricing, please do get in touch.